What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be a curator today. Got a fun one for you today, guys. Down here in the museum, hanging out, having some fun. And guys, when I hang out in a museum, I'm always coming up with new ideas for new videos, new topics of discussion. And today's no different. You know, I'll never starve down here as far as ideas with all of my action figures and my museum collectibles. There's too many ideas down here that I can put together just by going through a few of my action figures and collectibles. And I'm always on the subject of being a mint and box collector. And I'm always talking about box art and what box art means to me and how it affects me. Not just me, and all collectors that purchase their figures and want to keep them mint and box. Box art plays a major role in what we purchase as collectors. The beautification of the packaging, the display quality of the figure, and the contents inside of its packaging. You know, all of that plays a major role in getting us as the consumer and collectors and fans of a toy company to purchase their products. So toy companies, they really go out of their way, especially now that the market is so collector driven. They really go out of their way to display the figures, to design the boxes in a way where it's collector friendly, where it's display friendly, and it's very desirable to look at. So we're going to be taking a look at some box art today, guys. The beauty of box art and the appeal of this box art. And I have a few here, and I'll be moving things on and off the stage. And I brought these out, my Action Man. I think these are my 40th anniversary figures. These guys are heavy too. The coffin box. Super cool. And not very display friendly. If you're an M.I.B. collector, but you want to be able to actually see your figures inside the packaging. These boxes were the worst for that. And yet, you said, well, M.I.B., why do you have them? Box art. The box art means everything. You have my Action Man talking commander. He talks. There's so much happening on this box. So much going on this box. It's beautifully done. And I know I have my Action Man talking commander inside. Let's get you a blown out look at this box. I don't know if it'll stand by itself. Some of these boxes stand by themselves. Some of them don't. I'll get you a blown out look. But just the artwork is so beautifully done on these boxes. It just, it screams, buy me, purchase me. Like my Guyper Man, Karateka, or Karate. Great art. It's telling you what you're getting just by looking at the box. You turn it around. Very important. Extremely important. You know, artwork and box art, I should say, box art should be so beautifully done that it should be able to jump off of the toy store aisle and into your cart, basically inducing you to want to buy, to purchase that figure. As we look at my adventures, the adventures of G.I. Joe, Save the Tiger. And this came out in 1999, this particular set, with firing stun gun. And the artwork on this was just fantastic. Beautifully done. And collector friendly, display friendly, you name it. But what it had, this particular series of adventures of G.I. Joe figures had going for it was a comic book strip on the back of the box, telling you about the story of Save the Tiger, taking you through the story, allowing you to recreate the story with your set, with your G.I. Joe, and with your White Tiger, which is beautiful, by the way. Massive. I remember when I purchased this guy. This was a huge selling point for me. But the major selling point for me was the box itself, because of all of the beautiful artwork and a comic strip that was on the back. And I'm going to pause this for a second so we can turn this around and move some things around. So hold on for a half of a second. And we are back. Get your blown out look of this Adventures of G.I. Joe. This was a fantastic series back in the late 90s, early 2000s. The box art was just fantastic. The concept was awesome. You know, this was designed to really get the younger demographic involved in G.I. Joe. Hasbro did a great job at trying to market it towards kids, but it just didn't catch on. But being a comic book fan and an action figure fan and a collector at the time, this was tailor-made for people like me, collectors, telling you the story and then allowing you to go out and reenact that story. You see, he sees the White Tiger here. And just a tranquilizer. He didn't want to. It wasn't about killing. It was about just let him take a nice nap here. A tranquilizer. Like he's waking up though. But this was a selling point for me. This is a huge selling point for me. See, Miss and I'll be Tiger treats. Blammo. What happened to G.I. Joe? You have to live the adventure. And then here's the next one right here. Look for the adventure of G.I. Joe Challenge at Hawk River. Fantastic. But this is box art. Now, a lot of these boxes, sadly, have been destroyed over the course of time. Like I said, this is from, 1999? So there's still a lot of these boxes still in this type of condition, but not many. I mean, a lot of these boxes have been opened and discarded of. So you would never know the story. You know, I've had friends tell me that they found these guys at, Goodwill stores and garage sales, just the figures. The items were not all intact. You know, if he had his hat and camera here, he was missing his little scanner and all that. Or the White Tiger was missing its tracking collar, things of that nature. Or G.I. Joe was missing his stun gun or binoculars. But more importantly, he was missing the story. The box art tells a story, and that's what we're all about here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. So let's get some more stuff here. I got one here for you, a fun one for you. Hold on one second. And we are back. The G.I. Joe Adventure Team. It's the early 2000s at this point with Hasbro and G.I. Joe. And as opposed to the adventures of the G.I. Joe, the adventures of G.I. Joe, they went back to the original, the G.I. Joe Adventure Team. And this still was based off of the adventures of G.I. Joe, his travels around the world, or off of it. But all of the dangerous missions and adventures he would go on. And this one is one of my favorites. It's The Secret of the Mummy's Tomb. Here, the mummy's arm reaches from the tomb. I would have liked them to have done a larger scale mummy, 1/6 scale mummy to battle Joe. But you get the concept. But the box art, once again, we're going to turn this guy around. This is heavy, I got to hold it. But looking at the box art, this is what I look for as a collector now, as a museum curator. And then they even got a picture of the old box art of The Secret of the Mummy's Tomb, the original. A salute to the vintage G.I. Joe Adventure Team. But it's this artwork here that's fantastic, that really played a huge part. Everything about the figure is fantastic, but it's just, when I come down here in the museum, guys, I take these out sometimes and I'll look at some of my older G.I. Joes from the 90s. Well, the early 2000s in this case. What is this, 2001? Yeah, 2001. And the first thing I do, I really don't look at the front of the box. I look at the back of the box, the art, the storylines. Reading about it, all the information that's placed on these boxes and this packaging. All pieces of history at this point that tells the story of these beautiful figures and packages. Tells the story of this beautiful figure. And make no mistake, it is a beautiful, beautiful figure. Hasbro did a fantastic job on this toy line. Like I said, a lot of these boxes sadly have been discarded destroyed. And for the right reasons though. I mean, they were designed to do a job to attract customers, to make the box more appealing so they could sell the product. And once the product was sold, the collectors or the kids or parents would tear this box open, and the kids would play with the toys. But this is what right here's the reason why we have our museum, and this is the reason why we do what we do here at the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. Toy history. Everything is in place. Everything is preserved. Everything is kept intact. And the box art plays a huge part of that. We have another one here. A Secret of Planet Nom. Somebody told me that's how you pronounce it. Nom. The X is silent. I guess the E is silent too. But with its unique name, it has that 1950 sci-fi B-movie type feel to it. With the massive, made to scale, larger than scale actually, alien. Beautiful alien, I might add. And a fantastic adventure team G.I. Joe. And all of his glory is astronaut, spacesuit glory. Weapon fires projectile. And beautifully done. And this includes one of 3 different alien figures. So without the box art, you just wouldn't know that. And we'll spin this box around. This is an extremely heavy box. Oh, and see here on the side, and get you a blown out look here. Here on the side, here are the 3 different aliens to collect, each sold separately. I believe this is the one we have. Or is it this one? Oh, it's this one. It's this one. There's another live shot, action shot of the actual figures. The actual models there in action. But here is the fun part about this box. Get a blown out look. There's the fun part about this box right here. Secret of Planet Nom. And then it goes into the story. So you're reading, it's getting you, you're engaging in the storyline. You have the figure in the package. It's designed to get you excited. You know, if you're a kid, you're looking at this, you can't wait to play with it, get it out of the packaging and play with it, to try to save the world, defeat the aliens, save Planet Nom, or Earth if they're trying to invade Earth. And he's got his other buddies over here. They're doing battle as well. You have the spaceships, you got the rocket ships, you got the big planet right back behind. Is that Mars? We don't know. It could be anything you want it to be. And that's the cool part about this. What year was this? 2003. It's almost 20 years old, guys. I can't believe I'm saying it. It's almost 20 years old. I think 20 years ago I bought this. Got this from Toys R Us nearly 20 years ago. Where were you 20 years ago? Were you buying toys like me? We don't know. I want to know, guys. Some of this stuff is too large for me to move off the stage, so I'm gonna pause for a half second and we'll be right back. And we're back. More of the adventures of G.I. Joe. This was another cool set. Look at the old sticker. Family toy, which is not in business anymore. That's where I bought it from, though. And we'll get you a year on that. You can see it's our firefighter here. Works for the fire department. Love the outfit. The actual water hose thing actually works. Hydrant, fire hydrant, it actually works. But the artwork with water spraying hose, but the artwork was fantastic. This was another of the comic strips that I enjoyed looking at. Peril of the Raging Inferno. You can save the day as a fireman. Let's turn this box around. Like I said, Hasbro, the concept was beautiful. I really loved the concept. Get you a blown out look here of the back of the box. You have what's in front here on the front. They put it on the back. It's great artwork. And then you have Peril of the Raging Inferno, and it tells the story. He's got a rocket. They're gonna launch it inside the house. Real smart, right? Oh, they're gonna launch it off in the park. Yeah, well, we know what's gonna happen if you launch it off in the park. And here's G.I. Joe playing with his dog outside. As you can see, not a good idea, right? Not a good idea, not a great idea. And look at the damage. All that from this little rocket right here. Oh, look. Oh, it hit the gas. And that's what you get when that happens. So it hit the gas. Joe went. He went right into action. You see the frisbee though? Well, shameless plug by Hasbro, right? Hey, it's their product. Why not? Come in, base. G.I. Joe here. We've got a raging inferno in Sector 10. Send everything you've got it. Expedite. In the meantime, I'm going in. Come on, Sparks. G.I. Joe always ready, always prepared. Rough. People trapped inside. And he's got everything that, once again, the cool part is that you have all this inside the package. So you can live the adventure. He saved them. Uses X. And Joe gets everybody out. See, Joe's got the kid here. Joe saves everybody. He's going to follow the hose line. And that's why playing with fire is always dangerous. Right, Bobby? Yes, sir. Help G.I. Joe save the day, and you too can live the adventure. So it ended with a happy ending here. G.I. Joe saving the day. And being able to teach Bobby a very valuable and important lesson. Just another cool thing about this packaging. You know, just one more thing why I enjoy preserving these beautiful boxes. Here's an Action Man, my Action Man Thunderball 007, James Bond 007. This had the fifth panel. Okay, so this panel, you could open this panel up. We'll do that in a minute. Just look at the front cover. I bought this from the exchange. I was in there one day, and this is what this was designed to do: catch people's attention, and it caught my attention. 007, one of the most recognizable numerals sets of numbers of all time. Definitely caught my attention. That logo, the 007 famous logo. Then you have the beautiful Action Man artwork of Sean Connery himself. He's in his scuba suit and shorts. And if you want to look inside real quick, you get what's inside. But everything about this, and this is unique because, like I said, this is the fifth panel. I think it's the first one we've done here on this video. But the box art, and there's with actual film frame. So much down here at the bottom. Thunderball and Tomorrow Never Dies. We have both of those figures, obviously. There's our Thunderball figure. Still in fantastic condition. But here, the inside panel has all the fantastic information. It's all laid out. Camera there. The actual movie poster. Inducing you to want to purchase this figure. And it's beautifully done. And on the back, it's got live shots from the movie itself. Double Seven was always the ladies' man. It's fantastic. Guys, I can do this all day. But we just wanted to give you a taste. Just a taste. Some of the things I have down here. Some just so that next time you're in your collection, as we look at my Captain Action Flash Gordon, beautiful cartoon comic book art. It's all about appreciating the packaging. The beautiful, beautiful packaging. And I know some people don't look at it like that. So next time you're in your collection, guys, just stop and look at the packaging before you check out the action figure itself. And this is not for everybody, guys. This is very difficult to do. I know that because I keep having people write into the channel and tell me that it's very difficult to do. It's very difficult for them to watch me talk about boxes. So I know that, but I get it. It's very difficult to do. But you have to have a true passion, a true love for it, and a true sense of history, if you will, to preserve this stuff, to keep this stuff like this. I mean, these items are all, I believe this is from 1996. So as the years go by, these become a little bit more difficult to find, a little bit more difficult to find these guys intact like this. It's all about, really appreciating this box art and just showing a love for it. And that's what I wanted to do today with you guys. More fun on the way. You know the routine, guys. God bless. Stay safe. And keep collecting.